So I was practicing long tones, and I started listening to how the notes sounded as I practiced them, and I started noticing these little nuances between one note and another, characteristics of a particular note. I don't know if this is like my melodic memory coming into play, or I don't know what it is, but I started realizing that different keys have different feelings. And I wanted to play with this a little bit. So I said, well, what does the key of A sound like? What does it feel like? What emotions are invoked when I play in the key of A? So I decided that I wanted to talk about this because I think there is so much nuance in the music that is relatively undiscussed. Um, there are a lot of ancient studies in music and harmonies and its relationship to God and um, all that stuff. And I think that there's something kind of interesting underneath the surface there. My suspicion is that we as humans have this kind of memory sense of notes and how they've been used in the past. You know how when you talk when you use a particular word, anybody who communicates with you has a memory of all the other people who have used that word. Maybe they had a parent who always called them by a pet name, like honey or sweetie. So anytime honey or sweetie is used, um, it kind of invokes that feeling that you get from your mother. It's like this memory, and it brings back in a flood of emotions. So why can't the same thing be true of notes and music? We all have our favorite songs, um, and we have memories of where we were when we first heard that song, or where we were when that song meant a lot to us. So, I think the same thing applies to keys in music. So, when I ask, what does the key of A sound like? I'm really asking, where have I heard the key of A before, and what does it mean to me? Because I think everybody gets to have their own memory of the key of A. You know, there's a chance that you had a really bad relationship, and your song was in the key of A, so you might have a little bit more of a feeling of turmoil when you listen to the key of A. But for others, it might be when they went to church and their favorite hymnal was in the key of A. So everybody has their own sense of what that means to them. But I wanted to talk about some of the things that I feel when I play in the key of A. So I'm going to play a little bit of something, and I'm focusing on how does it make me feel? What feelings are invoked? And just really I'm really trying to listen in, and less to my saxophone and more to my internal intuition. So I'm just going to play a little bit in the key of A. Just really establish the key and see what I start thinking about. And I'll share my thoughts after I play for a little while. And I encourage you to do the same as you're listening along. Ask yourself, what does this make me feel? Am I feeling happy, sad, tranquil, peaceful? I don't know. It's up to you. They're your feelings. So here we go. Okay, so I'd really love to hear what you guys thought of that and what came up for you. Um, I really feel that whatever we interpret from the key we're playing in, whatever sounds we are getting from our instrument, kind of influence how we play, the feelings that we associate with that key, the memories that we have of that key, really colors the way that we play in that key, you know. And that can be as simple as having vocabulary in a key and having that influence how you play, because you might react to a certain chord or a particular key the same way every time it comes up. You have your same favorite language. So when I play in the key of A, you know, I'm going to paint a little picture here. It feels almost as if there has been a storm and you feel like something has lifted. It's like finally peace has arrived. And it's that feeling of like a mixture of like maybe even a little bit of patriotism, but just a sense of community, like we all survived this. It's a very peaceful feeling to me, and I get, you know, there's stability, there's security, there is peace, there is not necessarily love, but strength and fortitude in it. It's kind of a majestic key. Now, keep in mind, these are just my opinions. If you had a completely different experience, you're not wrong. I just want to make that clear because we all have our own experience. And with our experience, we can share that perspective with others as we play music. So this is just my relationship with this key. But I hope that this inspires a little bit more introspection, and maybe you can take this and apply it to other keys or tonalities and really appreciate the depth that comes from understanding a key in its fullest. Now, you probably will never get there, but it's kind of awakening to the feelings that were already there, but maybe sometimes we don't think about that often. So, I hope this has been valuable. I know this is kind of an esoteric thing, and I like talking about esoteric things because I feel like these are the things that really help us grow as artists. And being a musician is really an artistic endeavor, and it comes from knowing ourselves and knowing what we do and what it means. Because we have all these skills, we practice all these things, and then we take it and then we put it into a live circumstance. It's like we're deciding what to put where and when, and we do that with our intuition. Hopefully, you know, when we put too much brain into it, it can get kind of stale and stagnant, and it loses a little bit of its meaning. I know that when I was in college and I was practicing all the brainy stuff, music started losing the magic to me. You know, it was all brain, and I don't want that to happen again. So I strive to look at it from both the brain and the intuitive side, because the more you expand your palette, the more your intuition can lead the way. So I hope you got value out of this, and if you have any thoughts about this, please leave a comment below. If you want to see more of these videos, please subscribe. I am doing a video every night now, and if you have any ideas about what kind of content you want to see on this channel, please let me know, and I'd be happy to talk about some of these subjects. It is my goal here to make a really big, strong community for musicians to grow, and YouTube has been so great to me and has helped me learn so much. People have been so generous to me my whole life and have helped me grow in the way that I have. And all I want to do is to give back. I'm on my journey to being better, and it's a continual one. And I'd love to have others along with me, because it's quite an exciting thing being a musician. It's very special. It's very special. So I want to share that with others and hopefully help them find the magic in music too. So with that, I wish you well, and I will see you next time. So thank you very much. I'll see you. Bye.